Hello and welcome to our online training adventure. Today we're going to be looking at the box drill out of 4 count. The box drill is simple, it's effective, you can teach it quickly. It can be done with a stick, a long blade, or a dagger. Okay? Simply put, you are creating a wall here and a wall here, putting on a roof and a foundation, and therefore creating a square or box in your defense. Okay? Out of the 4 count drill, as you strike high, low, the initial way to teach is off the low strike, the other person thrusts, you parry, they thrust on the other side and you parry, they strike downward and you parry, and they strike upward and you parry. And this slight movement of you see of my feet is very important. Okay? So as you're going high, low, this is the initial way to teach it. There's several variations. You parry the thrust, you parry the thrust, you parry the high strike, you parry the low strike, you come back, and you're back into the drill. You thrust, you parry, you thrust, you parry, high strike, low strike, come back into the drill. From the side here, you're in the 4 count drill. After the low forehand, you thrust, you parry, you thrust, you parry, strikes down with the 18, you parry, strikes with the 19, you parry, you come back, and you're into the drill. From the back, in the 4 count drill, as the 13th strike happens, you thrust, you parry, you thrust on the other side, you parry, you strikes the 18 and the 19. One more time, high, low. Off the low forehand, you thrust, you parry, thrust, you parry. It's 18, you parry. And he strikes upward, you parry, and you're back into the drill. Okay? This specific drill can be done, as I said, with a stick, a long blade, or a knife. Okay? Just to give you a quick example of that, the box drill with a knife. Somebody thrusts at me, I'm here. Then I might finish the technique. Someone thrusts on the opposite side, I'm here, and I might finish the technique. The thrusting aspect, the opposite person attacking, looks like so. High, low, off the low 13, he thrusts. In order to clear the opponent's weapon, he dips it down and thrusts. 18, 19, come back, high, low, thrust off the low forehand, dip and thrust, 18, 19. From the side, you're in the high-low drill. Thrust, dip, thrust, 18, 19. Come back. From the back, you're in the high-low 4 count drill. Thrust, dip and thrust, 18, 19. Come back, and then you're back into the drill. Okay? This can also be done with stick and dagger. The offensive aspect, the first initial one taught, is here, 18 and 19. Back into 4 count. That's just the basic. Okay? The defensive aspect would be as you're striking here, the initial one, I parry the stick, I strike his wrist here, high. Okay? Or a different one, more advanced one, here, cross, high. Okay? Or going to the inside, here, high. Lots of variations. I did not show them all. Just some of the basics with the stick and dagger. Okay? So going back to the box drill, we're going to do the very basic part of it. Out of 4 count. We're in our 4 count. Straight into the head and the knee. Head and the knee. The opponent thrusts. I step and parry. The opponent thrusts. I step and parry. The opponent strikes downward. I've got my parry. The opponent strikes upward. I've got my parry. Notice how my footwork removes me each time as he thrusts, as he thrusts, as he strikes downward, as he strikes downward again. So watch the footwork very carefully. As he thrusts, my footwork removes me from the situation. That's the secret part of this technique. That's what makes you good, the footwork. Okay, let's do it from here. As a group, we'll try to do around 10 reps while we're doing the high-low drill. And we'll alternate from thrusting and parrying, so we'll do both. Okay? So here we are. We're going to parry, parry. Back. Now we'll thrust. Let me adjust my wrist strap there. Come back. Parry. Now we're going to go into the thrust. Parry. Now going back into the thrust. Parry. Parry. High parry. Low parry. Come back. Mid-level thrust. Mid-level thrust. High strike. Low strike. Come back. Parry. Parry. High parry. Low parry. Come back. Thrust. Thrust. High strike. 18. Come back. Parry. 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 And parry. Thrust, mid-level thrust, downward strike, upward strike, come back. I'm going to slow it down. Parry, parry, high parry, low parry, come back. Thrust, thrust, 18, 19, come back. Parry, parry, high parry, low parry, come back. Thrust, thrust, 18, 19, come back. Parry, parry, high parry, low parry, speed it back up again. Thrust, thrust, 18, 19. Notice I move forward. The drill is meant to be done circular, working the footwork. Your footwork can go forward when you're attacking, just like a natural attacker would. Okay? That is an important part of the person who's feeding the person doing the defensive aspect. Okay? Just like to show a couple of variations with a stick and dagger. Okay? Nice and slow. So we're here. We got our high strike, our low strike, high strike, low strike. He thrusts at me with a stick. He thrusts with a dagger, the wall or the box wall, smashes into the wrist, comes back with a stick, comes back with a stick. Coming back, one more time. He thrusts with a stick and parry. I strike the wrist with a dagger, high parry, here. Come back. This time we'll do a cross parry with a dagger. Parry the stick, parry the knife with a dagger. The stick's coming down, high parry, come back. One more time. Parry the stick, cross parry the dagger, parry the stick, parry the upward strike. Come back. Now the next one, parry the stick with the dagger, parry the dagger with the stick going downwards, high parry, low parry. Come back. Parry the stick with the dagger, moving away, parry the dagger with the stick, moving away, high parry and low parry. Good. That gives you some of the ideas of the box drill. Those are some of the basics. The footwork is the essential part. Once you get that right, you can start doing a lot of different things with this drill. It becomes very interactive with 3 count, 4 count, 6 count, 10 count, and beyond, all interchangeably woven, where the practitioner breaks in and breaks out, and then comes back into one of those drills. It becomes very difficult to tell what the other guy is going to do, and yet you're learning the proper fundamental skill sets and movement, which makes it really cool. Thanks again for coming into our online training. We always try and bring you good information so that your skills can be refreshed from what we've taught in class. Take care. See you on the mats.